So let's talk about companies and directors. So we have a new Economic and Crime Act that came in last year, got royal assent. How will you as a director know that that has happened? Probably because you're paying more to Companies House. So you have to file a confirmation statement once a year. That's now costing you at least £34, whereas last year it was 13. Yeah, don't ask me why. It's just happened. Companies House fees have gone up. It coincides with that Crime Act. Discuss further. But an ongoing issue with that is Companies House wanting to have a more active role in confirming the identity of directors. And there are significant things that are going to change with that come September this year. That's right, September 2025. Now, we as accountants, agents, we file documents on our client's behalf, on our director's behalf. We file sets of accounts, we file confirmation statements, we file changes to directors, we file all of that information. And we do that to help our clients, enable them to carry on doing the things that are important. Running their businesses, making a profit, employing people, all of that stuff that they have to do on an ongoing basis. So up to this point, we have taken identity, we've proved your identity, we've done what we need to do. But Companies House from 2025 are going a stage further. And if you file a document as a director in your own regard, then what you will need to do is you will need to carry out something called biometric verification. Now, what does that mean? Ultimately, if you've bought a house in the last 2 or 3 years, a lawyer has probably sent you an app that has required you to put a phone next to a passport. It's required you to take a picture of your face, and that is biometric verification. It's confirming who you are based on your identity, which is confirmed with a government body. So biometric identification is coming in to Companies House with effect from September 2025. And that means one of two things. You as a company director are going to have to go and get what's called a Gov1 identity. That's the new way that the government are going to use to identify you. It is, again, one of these things that requires biometric checks. It's going to require a copy of your passport. It's going to take some information, put that against passport office, get your face identified that way and a picture and all of that stuff. If you don't want to do that, then your accountant, your agent, whoever that happens to be, is going to need to do that on your behalf. So that's going to require them to carry out additional checks and to a certain extent go back to square one. Now, that's important for two reasons. One, you're going to get a whole load of requests from your accountant agent wanting you to do that. Please don't ignore them. We're not trying to be difficult. We're just having to go through that process ourselves. Secondly, if they don't do that and you don't provide that documentation, they will not be able to file things on your behalf. Why is that a problem? Primarily because you're going to get fined. So if you don't file a confirmation statement, there is a penalty for doing that. It is very, very rare that Companies House get those penalties. But if you haven't done the identity, somebody like me can't file it on your behalf. You've not carried out the check, you can't file it. So therefore, this return goes later and later and later, and that's identified by credit reference agencies and potentially causes a penalty. But more importantly, accounts will require that to be done as well. And there are regimented penalties for non-filing of accounts. And they start at £150 and go up very, very quickly if you've not done it. So that verification process is going to be really important. If you've not thought about it or you've not done it yet, then please look out for the emails from your accountant, your agent, whoever that happens to be, because they're trying to help you. If you do it yourself, please go and get a Gov1 identity check, because you will need to do that. And it's better to do something in advance than be forced into it at the time when you've got a million and other one plates that you're trying to spin. If you've done it once, you've done it. It's finished. End of chat, moved on, you've got it. It doesn't run out only if things like your passport change. You might have to do it again. But that's the only time things change. My name's Martin Cavie from Chorus Accounting. If you're a company director or thinking of starting a company, then please give me a call, drop me a message. Happy to have a chat, talk you how it's all going to change, and make sure that you're spinning the right plate at the right time.